Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, where I talk about homebrewed subclasses, races, um, campaign ideas, and everything you name it with Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. If you're returning to my channel, welcome back. I hope you had a lovely holiday. I tend to make really long videos, so I'll try and cut this short today, so we'll jump right into it. Today, I'm going to be talking about a 3.5 Prestige class that I've converted over to 5th edition. It was one of my favorites playing that, so I really wanted to see it into this format of 5th edition. With that being said, it is the Black Flame Zealot. It was a prestige class for like rogues who wanted to also be clerics. So it is something that really isn't in the format at the moment. Because basically it's a rogue that wants to favor its wisdom score as it has kind of delved into religion and is now worshiping a god that allows them to do some pretty profane things. So first up, what you get for joining this subclass at 3rd level is the whole point of why you would want to do this. You gain the ability, the Black Flame. What this does is at 3rd level, you have an additional option to use with your cunning action. So instead of the dash, disengage, and hide, you now also have the ability to coat a weapon you are holding in a blackened flame. What this does is it causes that weapon to deal an additional 2d6 damage. Now, the damage type of this extra 2d6 damage is both fire and necrotic. It's a necrotic flame. Now, the way you would treat that is if a creature has resistance or vulnerability to either, you apply both. So if something has resistance to fire but vulnerability to necrotic, then it would cancel each other out and you would just deal normal damage. But if they just had resistance to necrotic, well, they're going to have resistance to this as well, even because part of it is necrotic. So that's how you would determine how much damage something would deal. So if something has immunity to one of them, then it's going to be immune to all of it as well. Now, you can use this feature a number of times, equal to your proficiency bonus in between long rests. I currently had it your wisdom score, but because of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything being tied to your proficiency bonus just makes more sense, I feel, because you get a short amount early on, but you get a larger amount later on. So I feel that it balances itself out better. Just having your proficiency bonus really matter about things, I feel is the good way to go. I did tie it, however, to your wisdom modifier for the number of rounds that the bonus of the flame lasts. So you don't get to use it a lot, uh, but you can control how long it lasts. So it really matters for that extra +1 to your wisdom modifier, because that lets you deal that extra damage for an extra round. Also, at 3rd level, you gain the ability Zealotry, which gives you basically expertise in religion if you don't already have it, as well as proficiency if you didn't grab it, and you can't stack the expertise, obviously. So it's a free expertise in religion because this rogue really has paid attention to the religion of whatever deity would allow them to access this power. So also at 9th level, we get the ability Shadow Step. So what this does is you can cast the Misty Step spell once without spending a spell slot or having the material components needed. Except, because of those extra cool things, a free Misty Step, you're limited to the destination being only either in dim or no light. Hence why it's the Shadow Step. I could have just worded it that you gain the ability to teleport up to 30 feet, blah, 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 but everyone knows what the Misty Step spell does. So just creating that with a clause of you need to do it in darkness or dim light just makes it easier to understand that you can only teleport to somewhere where it's dark. And you can do that. You can't do this feature again of Shadow Step until you finish a short rest, so you do get to use it a lot every time you do a short rest. this is when it starts getting really, really fun, and why you would actually want to build a Black Flame Zealot all the way to hopefully 20. At 13th level, your Black Flame now either deals fire or necrotic damage, and not both. You get to choose, because you kind of like hone your ability in there. And your choice is made when you create the flame with your bonus action. In addition, you can change the damage being dealt with your sneak attack dice to either be all fire or necrotic. So at this level 13th, you're getting 66 sneak attack dice. So you can make that purely fire damage, which basically turns your sneak attack into a fireball, almost. So that's that's an option for you now because of that. You've spent all this time using this blade that you can now do that. So you don't have to have your Black Flame active, by the way, in order for you to use this ability to change your sneak attack damage. So it's a way for you to make sure you can get in that nice burst, which you want because you're a rogue. And then finally, at 17th level, our capstone is Sacred Conflagrancy. What this does is your Black Flame has reached its maximum capacity. Any creature that's killed by fire or necrotic damage that you deal is immediately and utterly consumed by profane flames. What that means is that a creature slain this way cannot be restored to life except for a true resurrection spell or a carefully worded wish spell followed by the resurrection spell. So it's very, very hard for someone to come back from you killing them. And then, in addition, whenever you deal necrotic damage with your flame, the target you dealt that damage to now loses any fire resistance they have until the start of their next turn, and vice versa. So if you deal fire damage, the target will lose necrotic resistance until the start of its turn instead. So this can be self-comboed. This is on purpose. You spend a bonus action to coat your weapon in, let's say, fire damage, so that when you hit it with fire damage, when you turn your sneak attack dice into necrotic, that target no longer has resistance to it. You get to really hit with that necrotic damage, hopefully killing them, so that you could also make them consumed by your ability. So that's it for the Rogue, the Black Flame Zealot. If you want to play a subclass where you just mash fire and necrotic damage into foes, banging them into it repeatedly to try this to slay them, and also have a little bit of out of combat playability, because now you have that free religion expertise. It does make you a little bit better outside of combat, but mostly better in combat, which is exactly the role of most rogues. So let me know how you feel about this class, if you subclass. If you use it, feel free to let me know in the comments below and tell me how it went. I did go through several versions of this. I think officially this is like version 3.5. I did do a lot of research into this, making sure I kept the really core abilities from the Prestige class into this subclass for 5th edition. If you have any other suggestions or comments, please leave them in the comments below or shoot me a message. I'd love to hear your feedback, and I hope you have a lot of fun with this new subclass. Thanks so much for tuning in, and this has been Forever DM. Hope you have a great day.